Are you tired of the start-stop cycle? Excited one week, completely drained the next? Do you wish you could just stick with your goals? Whether it's fitness, learning, or building a better routine? We hear you. We're often told to find our motivation or get inspired. But what are you supposed to do when that feeling vanishes? Which, let's be honest, it almost always does. Well, stick with us, because today we're offering a different approach, one that actually works long-term. We'll break down exactly why relying on motivation often sets you up for failure, and more importantly, we'll guide you towards a reliable, step-by-step path you can use starting today. In this video, we're uncovering the truth. We'll explore the science behind why motivation is so fleeting, how your brain chemistry plays tricks on you, and reveal the powerful alternative that high achievers use relentlessly. Why motivation is fleeting and unreliable. Let's start by talking about what motivation really is. Motivation is that feeling you get when you want to do something. Maybe you see a cool video of someone running fast, and you feel like going outside to run too. Or maybe you watch a cooking show and suddenly want to make a new recipe. Motivation feels great, but it doesn't last very long. It's like a wave in the ocean. Sometimes it's big and strong, and other times it's small or not there at all. This is why so many people start new things with lots of energy, but then stop after a little while. The feeling of motivation goes away, and it's hard to keep going when you don't feel excited anymore. Scientists and coaches have studied motivation for a long time. They found that motivation is closely tied to your mood and what's happening around you. If you're tired, sad, or something unexpected happens, your motivation can disappear quickly. That's why it's not a good idea to depend on motivation to help you reach your goals. If you only do things when you feel motivated, you'll probably stop as soon as that feeling goes away. This is why so many people make New Year's resolutions, like exercising every day or eating more vegetables, but then quit after a few weeks. The excitement fades, and without a plan, it's easy to give up. Another reason motivation is unreliable is because it's based on feelings, and feelings change all the time. You might feel excited in the morning, but by the afternoon you're tired and just want to watch TV. If you wait for motivation to come back, you might be waiting a long time. That's why successful people don't rely on motivation. They know it's not always there, so they use something else to help them keep going. The science of motivation, how dopamine affects drive. Now, let's talk about what happens in your brain when you feel motivated. There's a special chemical in your brain called dopamine. Dopamine is like a messenger that helps you feel excited about doing things. When you do something fun or rewarding, like eating your favorite food or winning a game, your brain releases dopamine. This makes you feel good and want to do that thing again. Dopamine is a big part of your brain's reward system. When you try something new and it feels good, your brain remembers it. The next time you think about doing that thing, your brain gives you a little burst of dopamine, making you want to do it again. This is how habits start. But here's the tricky part. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel good. It also helps you decide if something is worth doing. If your brain thinks a task will be fun or rewarding, it gives you more dopamine, and you feel motivated. If it thinks the task is boring or hard, you get less dopamine, and you don't feel like doing it. Scientists have learned that dopamine is not just about feeling happy. It also helps you learn and remember what actions lead to rewards. For example, if you study hard and get a good grade, your brain releases dopamine. You remember that studying leads to good results, so you're more likely to study again. But if you only study when you feel motivated, you might not do it often enough to get good grades. That's why it's important to build habits that work, even when you don't feel like it. Dopamine can also be tricky because it makes you want to chase new and exciting things. This is why you might start a new hobby with lots of energy, but then get bored and want to try something else. Your brain is always looking for the next fun thing, And when the excitement wears off, your motivation drops. This is another reason why motivation doesn't last very long. Building habits that work without motivation. So, if motivation is not reliable, what should you do instead? The answer is to build habits and systems. A habit is something you do over and over again until it becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it or feel excited to do it. For example, brushing your teeth every morning is a habit. You don't need motivation to do it. You just do it because it's part of your routine. Honestly, building consistent habits is arguably the most powerful strategy for reaching your long-term goals. When you have a habit, you don't have to wait for motivation. You just follow your routine, even on days when you don't feel like it. This is how athletes, musicians, and other successful people keep getting better. They practice every day, not just when they feel motivated. One way to build a habit is to start small. If you want to exercise more, don't try to run 5 miles on the first day. Start with a short walk or a few jumping jacks. Make it so easy that you can do it even when you're tired or busy. As you get used to it, you can slowly do more. The key is to be consistent. Do your habit every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, it will become part of your routine, and you won't need motivation to keep going. Another helpful tip is to make your habit part of your daily schedule. If you want to read more, pick a time each day to read, like right before bed. If you want to eat healthier, plan your meals ahead of time. The more you plan, the less you have to rely on motivation or willpower. Your system will help you stick to your habits even when you don't feel like it. Let's look at some real-life examples of people who don't rely on motivation to succeed. Navy SEALs are some of the toughest people in the world. They go through very hard training, and most people don't make it to the end. SEALs don't finish their training because they always feel motivated. In fact, there are many days when they feel tired, scared, or want to quit. What helps them keep going is commitment. Commitment means deciding to do something and sticking with it no matter how you feel. SEALs use special tricks to help them stay on track. They break big challenges into small steps, focus on what they can control, and practice positive self-talk. They also make promises to themselves and always try to keep them. This builds trust in themselves and helps them keep going, even when things get tough. Athletes use similar strategies. Even the best athletes don't always feel like practicing. Sometimes they're tired, or the weather is bad, or they just want to relax. But they know that if they only practice when they feel motivated, they won't get better. Muhammad Ali, who is boxing legend, once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." This quote from Muhammad Ali shows that even the greatest athletes don't always feel motivated. Instead, Ali's commitment to his goal kept him going through tough times, not just his feelings in the moment. This is true for anyone who wants to get better at something. If you want to play an instrument, learn a new language, or get good grades, you need to practice regularly. You can't wait for motivation to show up. You have to make a commitment and follow your plan, even on days when you don't feel like it. Now that you know motivation is not something you can count on, what should you do instead? The answer is to build momentum. Momentum is what happens when you keep moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. It's like riding a bike. At first, it's hard to start pedaling, but once you get going, it gets easier and easier. The more you do something, the easier it becomes to keep doing it. To build momentum, focus on taking small steps every day. Don't worry about being perfect or doing a lot at once. Just do something, no matter how small. Each time you take action, you build a little more momentum. Over time, these small actions add up, and you start to see big changes. This is how people reach their goals even when they don't feel motivated. Another way to build momentum is to celebrate your progress. When you finish a task or stick to your habit, give yourself a little reward. This could be a high five, a sticker, or just saying good job to yourself. Celebrating your progress helps your brain feel good and makes you want to keep going. It also helps you remember that you're making progress, even if it's slow. So, let's quickly recap the game-changing idea we've explored today. Motivation is a great feeling, but it doesn't last very long. It comes and goes, and you can't always count on it to help you reach your goals. Your brain uses dopamine to make you feel excited about new things, but that excitement fades quickly. If you only do things when you feel motivated, you'll probably stop as soon as that feeling goes away. If you want to reach your goals, don't chase motivation. Instead, build habits that work for you. Make a plan and take small steps every day. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward, even when it's hard. Over time, you'll see big changes, and you'll know that you can do anything you set your mind to. Remember, you don't need motivation to succeed. You just need to keep going, one step at a time. We'd love to hear from you. What's one small, achievable step you're committing to today based on this? Share it in the comments below. And if you found this helpful and want more practical strategies like this, hit that like button and subscribe to join our community. We're all on this journey together. If you're waiting for motivation to change your life, you're wasting time. Click on this next video to learn how to heal your mind with movement.